Did you know that the words of fictional anime characters might actually be the key to transforming your mental health? I'm not exaggerating when I say that these animated heroes and villains have dropped some of the most profound wisdom bombs about depression, anxiety, and self-worth that you'll ever hear. And the craziest part? Science is starting to back this up. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because quote number 7 literally changed my entire perspective on handling anxiety. Let's be real, we're all fighting battles in our heads sometimes. Whether it's the weight of depression making it hard to get out of bed, anxiety about the future keeping you up at night, or just feeling completely alone in a crowded room. And if you've ever felt that way, you're definitely not alone. What makes anime quotes so powerful is that they come from characters who are often facing impossible odds, devastating losses, or internal demons that feel eerily similar to our own struggles. They speak to us because beneath the fantastic powers and epic battles, these characters are dealing with very human emotions. Take this quote from Mondo Uada in Danganronpa. It's okay to feel depressed. It takes time to overcome things. And then, by taking that time, you just start moving forward again. That's just what humans do. I know what you're thinking. Aren't these just made-up characters saying lines written by screenwriters? And you're right, but here's the thing. These words resonate because they distill complex emotional truths into moments of clarity that cut through our mental fog. They give us permission to feel our feelings while reminding us that healing is possible. Now, before I share the next quote, I want you to think about how you talk to yourself when you're feeling down. Are you compassionate, or are you your own harshest critic? Because this next quote completely reframes how we should approach self-care. From Otonashi Maria in Utsuro no Haku to Zero no Maria. Cry when you're sad, laugh when you're happy, get angry when you don't like something, depend on someone when you're depressed. Care for yourself before you care for others. Don't hate anyone. Be proud of yourself. Stay loyal when you fall in love. That's essentially a complete mental health manifesto in just a few sentences. It reminds us that experiencing our emotions fully, rather than suppressing them, is actually healthy and necessary. And that self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. But what about the crippling anxiety that so many of us face? You know that feeling, when thinking about the future becomes an endless spiral of worst-case scenarios? If that's you, this next quote might be exactly what you need to hear right now. Soma Shigure from Fruits Basket offers this gem. When you get anxious about the future, it is better not to think about it. The more you think about it, the more anxious you'll get. Of course, it's important to think about what lies ahead too, but if you only look at what's down the road, you'll get tangled by the laundry by your feet and fall, won't you? You see, it's also important to think about what you can do now, what you can do today. This is mindfulness in action, focusing on the present moment rather than getting lost in future worries. And it's not just anime wisdom. It's backed by psychological research on anxiety management. Sometimes the most profound advice comes from unexpected sources. Now for quote number 7 that I promised would change your perspective on anxiety. Ready for this? Kurusu Keigo says, think of your shivers as excitement rather than fear. Cover the anxiety on your face with a smile. This isn't about faking happiness. It's about the psychological technique of reframing. Your body's response to anxiety and excitement is actually very similar. Increased heart rate, butterflies in your stomach. By reinterpreting those sensations as excitement rather than fear, you can transform paralyzing anxiety into motivating energy. But what about when our biggest struggle is with self-acceptance? When we look in the mirror and don't like what we see? This quote from Tsumugi Motohashi in Pochamani hit me right in the feels. When I was little, I was teased because of my weight. I tried dieting, but diets always failed. Little by little, I started feeling gloomy. I got to the point where I couldn't make friends, and I started hating myself more and more. I became completely unable to smile. I thought no one in the world would ever like me the way I am now. But at the same time, I also thought, if that's the way it is, then I should at least like myself. That last line, I should at least like myself, is revolutionary. It's not about waiting for the world to accept you. It's about choosing to accept yourself first. One of the most painful mental health struggles is the feeling of profound loneliness. If you've ever felt completely isolated even when surrounded by people, this quote from Naruto might resonate. The pain of being alone is completely out of this world, isn't it? I don't know why, but I understand your feelings so much, it actually hurts. There's something deeply comforting about having someone acknowledge your pain, even if that someone is an animated character. It reminds us that even in our loneliest moments, others have walked that path and understood that specific kind of suffering. For those going through intense challenges or trauma, this quote from Full Metal Alchemist: "Brotherhood offers a perspective on suffering that's worth contemplating. A lesson without pain is meaningless, for you cannot gain something without sacrificing something else in return. But once you have overcome it and made it your own, you will gain an irreplaceable full metal heart." This isn't suggesting we should seek out pain, but rather that our hardest experiences can forge unbreakable strength within us. The struggles you're facing today may be building resilience you'll draw upon for the rest of your life. And when life feels overwhelming and you're questioning whether you can go on, remember these simple yet powerful words from Kenshin. You can die anytime, but living takes true courage. Choosing to face another day when you're in pain, that's not weakness. That's incredible bravery. And it's a choice you can make moment by moment. I want to end with a quote that reminds us healing is possible, no matter how deep the wound. From Mirajani Strauss in Fairy Tale, no matter how hurt someone is, they're meant to overcome it and try to go forward. You are meant to overcome your current struggles, not because they're trivial, but because you have the inner strength to face them and keep moving forward, one step at a time. Now I want to be absolutely clear. Anime quotes, no matter how inspirational, are not a replacement for professional mental health care. If you're struggling, please reach out to a qualified therapist or counselor. Consider these quotes companions on your journey, not substitutes for proper treatment. What anime quotes have helped you through tough times? Drop them in the comments below. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button. It helps others find this content too. And if you want more videos exploring the intersection of pop culture and mental health, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Your mental health matters, and sometimes wisdom comes from the most unexpected places. I'll see you in the next video.